This is a real heart-to-heart to people out there that think that they're going to change the idea of a person who is a drug addict by suing the companies that manufacture the drugs. Let me ask you something. When the drugs were manufactured and they're given to people, and those people chose to use them, and they used them effectively and appropriately, did they work? Yes. And for those people that the pain went away for, the drug was a great thing. Then there were those that realized that they could get high on it. And not only could they get high on it, but if something were to happen when they got high, like an overdose, or maybe they took too much of the hydrocodone and injected into their body, and they died, somebody would come along and save them. It's inevitable that when people are allowed to have a drug, that they will use the drug to get high. It is like wasp spray. We use that to kill wasps or deter wasps. Either way. However, grandma's fentanyl patch on her back can also be taken off when it's done and then used for a young raver who wants to chew on it while out on the dance floor. The problem with suing all these drug companies isn't a matter of that you're going to get money. You're going to get money. The problem is that the next generation in your country, 45% of them, are going to be on drugs, pharmaceuticals, and they're all going to have to pay for it. These companies aren't going to go broke. You're not getting any extra money. You're not stopping drug addiction. You're not telling people not to take drugs. You're telling the drug companies that they are complicit in the deaths of the people of the United States of America that choose to kill themselves by utilizing pharmaceutical drugs and overdosing on them. They chose to kill themselves. Drug addiction is not that of which is chosen for the person. The person chooses the drug. So when you take away billions and billions of dollars from these companies and you wonder why they aren't making new cystic fibrosis medications or Parkinson medications or doing stuff for you, why things are so expensive, you have to wonder what happened with that $260 billion to help drug addiction. The drug addict doesn't care how you use the money. The drug addict is addicted to drugs. And it doesn't matter what you get them high on. They want to be high. Period. That's why they're an addict. They have an addiction process. It's a process within them that causes them to want more of what they like because it enables them to be different than what they are and to feel different than who they are. And so they utilize the drugs. You cannot say, oh, I was born a drug addict and say that that is something that is overcomable or something that is caused by pharmaceutical companies. It is not overcomable. That is a whole different story. It was not caused by drug companies. Those are the only events when somebody comes out and is a drug addict. Otherwise, you choose to be a drug addict. Pure and simple. Everybody's been talking for years about this. People laying down in the road, purple in the face, doing the fish, foam coming out of their mouths, running up with Narcan. Oh, I saved a life. And then they do it again next week. Do you ever wonder if maybe the person just wants to die? Did they? I mean, are they really taking the drug to get away from life and then they're overdosing with intent? I understand how you feel like it's in your blood and in your nature to save people. But listen, what deal are you making for your American people when you're taking away from your American people to pay for a drug addiction that you don't have? You don't have a drug addiction because you've chosen not to be a drug addict. So, if you've chosen not to be a drug addict, why should you choose in the next 10 years to pay more for your drugs? Because the states and the federal government and everyone else are going to waste the money stolen from the pharmaceutical companies. Stolen. They used the legal process to steal their money. And my answer is no. My answer is absolutely no. No, 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 no. We embark on a new generation of children that don't want to be here. They're not happy. Look at Hong Kong. Those kids are practically willing to go out in the streets and slice open their guts and commit hara-kiri. They hate themselves so much that they want to destroy everything that they have. For what? To protect criminals? You got people overdosing on heroin. You got people overdosing on fentanyl. You got people overdosing on whatever else they're doing. You know why? They don't want to be here. You can't force people to stay here on you. If they don't want to be here, Face the facts. Let them go. It's okay. You are you. You are not they.